Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about something that touches every single one of us, something we often overlook in the fast-paced flow of our daily lives: the power of presence. In a world buzzing with constant notifications, endless to-do lists, and the race to achieve more, we often find ourselves pulled in every direction except the one that matters most: the here and now. Being present, truly present, is about so much more than simply being in the room or following the motions of a conversation. It's about anchoring ourselves in the moment, bringing our full attention to the people and experiences right before us, and allowing ourselves to feel, think, and be without distraction. It's about experiencing life in high definition rather than in passing blurs. Now, let's be honest, this isn't easy. We live in a time when the world around us is engineered to draw us out of the present moment, to keep us striving for the next best thing, often at the expense of savoring the now. We've come to believe that our value lies in how busy we are, how much we can juggle, how many roles we can fill. But the truth is, without presence, we miss out on the richest parts of life. We miss out on the depth in our relationships, the joy in our successes, and even the wisdom in our challenges. Let's talk about the importance of being present for ourselves. It may sound simple, but taking even a few moments each day to tune into our own needs, to listen to our own inner voice, is a radical act of self-care. It's about asking ourselves, how am I really feeling? What do I need in this moment? Far too often, we put our own well-being on hold, thinking we'll get to it once everything else is done. But self-care doesn't have to wait until the end of our endless to-do list. In fact, prioritizing our well-being can empower us to show up better in every aspect of our lives. And then, let's think about the power of being present with others. True connection doesn't happen when we're only half listening or already planning our next response. It happens when we give someone the gift of our full attention. It happens when we're not afraid to sit with silence, when we let our defenses down and allow ourselves to see and be seen. Presence is what makes relationships meaningful. It's what turns acquaintances into friendships, and friendships into lifelong bonds. So, let's make a choice. Let's choose to reclaim our attention, to hold onto the moments that make up our lives rather than letting them slip through our fingers. This isn't about eliminating our goals or stopping our forward motion. It's about savoring the journey as we move forward. And as we savor this journey, let's talk about the courage it takes to slow down. In a society that idolizes productivity, it can feel counterintuitive, even risky, to take a breath, to pause and be fully present. But consider this: every moment we live only halfway engaged is a moment we don't get back. Every hurried experience, every distracted conversation, every beautiful sunset we glance at only briefly as we rush to the next task, is a lost opportunity to live fully. Now, I'm not suggesting that we abandon our ambitions or downplay our drive to succeed. Goals, dreams, and aspirations, they're vital. They give us direction, purpose, and something to work toward. But in our pursuit of the future, let's not lose sight of the beauty in today. Let's not let our lives become a constant chase, a race where we're always thinking one step ahead rather than grounding ourselves in the present step. This idea of slowing down also leads us to one of the most overlooked aspects of a fulfilled life: gratitude. So often, we focus on what's missing, what's next, or what didn't go as planned. But when we make a habit of being present, we open ourselves up to gratitude in its purest form. We start to see the abundance around us, the people who support us, the small joys that color our days, the quiet victories we achieve that often go unnoticed. Gratitude is a natural extension of presence. It's the simple act of saying, this moment, this experience is enough. And with gratitude comes perspective. When we slow down, when we're fully engaged in the here and now, we start to see the bigger picture more clearly. We begin to understand that life is a balance, a dance between striving for more and appreciating what we already have. This balance doesn't come from adding things to our plate or checking off every box. It comes from stepping back and recognizing that fulfillment isn't just about what we achieve, but how we feel along the way. So as we navigate our lives, let's consider this balance. Let's think about what it means to live not just with purpose, but with presence. Imagine the kind of relationships we'd nurture, the kind of inner peace we'd cultivate, and the depth of joy we'd experience if we allowed ourselves to be truly here, fully engaged in each moment. Presence, gratitude, balance, they're all interconnected, each enhancing the other. Together, they form the foundation of a life lived meaningfully. And when we embrace these qualities, we invite a sense of fulfillment that doesn't hinge on external achievements, but rather on an internal sense of wholeness. Living with this sense of wholeness, this sense of fullness, means recognizing that life isn't defined solely by the highlights, the big wins, the grand celebrations, the public victories. True fulfillment often finds its roots in the quiet, everyday moments, a heartfelt conversation, a morning coffee enjoyed in silence, the laughter of a loved one, the peace we find in solitude. These moments might not be celebrated or even noticed by anyone else, but they are the threads that weave a meaningful life. And that brings us to a vital point: the courage to show up as our true selves. Presence requires authenticity. It requires us to let go of the facades we often feel pressured to maintain, to shed the masks we wear for approval or validation. This is one of the hardest acts of courage because, let's face it, being seen for who we truly are can be terrifying. We worry about judgment, about rejection, about not being enough. But here's the paradox: by hiding parts of ourselves, we actually create distance, not only between us and others, but also between us and our own potential. When we dare to show up authentically, we invite others to do the same. We create spaces where real connection can flourish, where vulnerability isn't seen as a weakness but as a bridge that brings us closer together. In these spaces, we're no longer striving to be perfect, we're striving to be real. Imagine a life where we let go of the need to constantly prove ourselves, a life where our worth isn't measured by external standards but by our own inner compass. This life doesn't mean we lack ambition or desire growth. It means we redefine success as alignment between our values, our actions, and our inner sense of peace. When we lead with authenticity, we create a life that feels true, a life that resonates on a deeper level because it's built on the foundation of who we are, not who we think we should be. And as we grow into this authentic presence, we learn a beautiful truth: life isn't about avoiding discomfort or challenges. In fact, it's in facing these very moments, embracing them rather than resisting them, that we find our strength, our resilience, our growth. Because growth rarely comes from comfort zones. It comes from leaning into the uncomfortable, from embracing the unknown, from showing up again and again, even when it's hard. So, let's choose to show up. Let's embrace the imperfect, messy, and wonderfully complex journey of being human. Let's lean into vulnerability, knowing it's the birthplace of connection, creativity, and courage. Let's walk forward, not with the expectation of perfection, but with the intention to be fully present, fully authentic, and fully alive in every moment we're given. When we choose to live with presence, authenticity, and courage, we step into a deeper understanding of what it means to live intentionally. Intentional living isn't about setting rigid expectations or controlling every outcome. Rather, it's about aligning our actions, our decisions, and our words with the values we hold dear. It's about asking ourselves, am I living in a way that honors who I am? Am I nurturing the relationships, the work, the dreams that truly matter to me? Too often, we go through life on autopilot, reacting to external pressures, following routines without reflection, doing what's expected without ever questioning whether it's what we want. But when we live intentionally, we start to break free from these patterns. We begin to recognize the power of our choices, the power to create a life that feels authentic and meaningful, rather than simply ticking off societal checkboxes. And that's where another key ingredient comes in: boundaries. Living intentionally also means setting boundaries that protect our energy, our time, and our mental well-being. Boundaries aren't about keeping people out. They're about making sure we stay true to ourselves even in our relationships with others. They're about saying, this is who I am, and this is what I need to thrive. When we honor our boundaries, we cultivate respect, not only from those around us but also within ourselves. We learn that saying no to what doesn't align with us is an act of self-love and self-respect. But it takes courage to set boundaries. It takes courage to tell the world that we're prioritizing our well-being, that we're choosing not to be everything to everyone. And that's okay. Boundaries are not walls. They're the necessary borders that allow us to grow. They keep us connected to our purpose and help us nurture the relationships, the projects, and the pursuits that are most meaningful to us. When we choose to live with intentionality and boundaries, we also cultivate something profoundly valuable: self-compassion. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes we stumble, we fall short, or we face disappointments. Self-compassion allows us to meet these moments with kindness rather than criticism, to forgive ourselves for our imperfections, and to see setbacks as opportunities for growth rather than as failures. Self-compassion means treating ourselves with the same warmth and understanding that we would offer a friend. It's about remembering that we don't have to have it all figured out, that we're allowed to make mistakes, and that we are worthy even in our imperfect journeys. So many of us are taught to be hard on ourselves, to push through every difficulty, to keep going at all costs. But what if we gave ourselves permission to rest, to reflect, to be gentle with our own struggles? What if we realized that strength isn't just about resilience but also about kindness? Kindness toward ourselves and the journey we're on. This brings us to one of the most transformative aspects of intentional living, the power of gratitude. In every season, even in moments of hardship, there is something to be grateful for. Gratitude isn't about denying our challenges or glossing over pain. It's about seeing beauty amidst the messiness of life. It's about recognizing that, even when things are hard, there are small miracles happening all around us. The warmth of the sun on our skin, the support of a friend, the feeling of laughter that lightens our burdens, even for a moment. Gratitude grounds us in the present. It shifts our perspective from scarcity to abundance, from what we lack to what we already have. When we approach life with a grateful heart, we begin to realize that happiness isn't some distant destination, but something that can be cultivated right here, right now. It's found in appreciating the journey, in celebrating the small victories, in finding peace in the moments that make up our lives. But gratitude also connects us to something larger than ourselves. It reminds us that we are part of a collective human experience, that the joys and challenges we face are shared by others. When we open ourselves to gratitude, we also open ourselves to empathy. We recognize the struggles of others as reflections of our own, and in this shared experience, we find compassion and connection. And from this connection arises purpose. Each of us has a unique role to play, a unique set of gifts and perspectives that only we can bring to the world. Living with purpose isn't necessarily about grand achievements. It's about using our gifts in a way that feels meaningful to us. It's about waking up each day and asking ourselves, how can I make a difference today? How can I bring more light, more kindness, more understanding into my world? Purpose gives our lives a sense of direction, but it's not a destination, it's a way of being. It's found in the way we treat the people around us, in the way we approach our work, in the energy we bring to our communities. Purpose is the legacy we build each day through small acts of kindness, through moments of connection, through the courage to be ourselves and to serve others authentically. When we combine presence, gratitude, boundaries, self-compassion, and purpose, we create a life that resonates with meaning and fulfillment. We find that we don't have to chase happiness. Rather, we can invite it into our lives by living in alignment with our values and embracing each moment as it comes. We don't have to wait for some future event to make us feel whole. Wholeness is already within us. It's the sum of our intentions, our choices, our courage to be who we are right here, right now. And as we embrace this journey, let's acknowledge that living a meaningful life also requires embracing the unknown. Life is filled with uncertainties, and sometimes it's tempting to wait for the right moment or the perfect conditions before we take action, speak our truth, or pursue what we truly desire. But here's the reality: there will never be a perfect time. Waiting for certainty often leads to hesitation, to holding back, to staying small. The truth is, growth, joy, and purpose often emerge in the spaces of uncertainty. When we lean into the unknown with open hearts, we discover parts of ourselves we never knew existed. We uncover strengths we didn't realize we had and courage we didn't know we possessed. It's through stepping into uncertainty that we become resilient, adaptable, and capable of navigating life's inevitable twists and turns. It's where we grow into the fullest expression of who we are meant to be. Resilience itself is not about avoiding adversity, it's about rising from it. It's the ability to look at our struggles and, instead of letting them define us, using them as a foundation for growth. Resilience is built one step at a time, one brave choice after another. It's the decision to get back up, to keep going, to find meaning even in hardship. And each time we do this, we strengthen our belief in ourselves. We begin to trust that no matter what life throws at us, we have the inner resources to face it, to adapt, and to rise. And here's something beautiful about resilience: it's often nurtured through our connections with others. We find strength not only within ourselves, but also in the support of those around us. When we're willing to lean on others, to ask for help, and to let ourselves be seen, we create a network of resilience. We learn that we don't have to carry every burden alone, that there is power, healing, and hope in community. Together, we can lift each other up, inspire one another, and remind each other of our worth, especially during the times when we feel most vulnerable. So let's remember the power of community. Let's recognize that we are not islands, that our lives are woven together in ways both profound and subtle. When we reach out to others, when we offer support, when we share our experiences openly, we create a space for mutual growth and healing. Community isn't just a group of people, it's a shared commitment to each other's well-being, to lifting each other up, to creating a collective resilience that's stronger than any individual effort could be. And in our communities, as we support one another, we must also cultivate courage. Courage to show up as our authentic selves, courage to stand for what we believe in, courage to love deeply even when it risks hurt. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's the choice to act despite it. Every act of courage, no matter how small, reaffirms our commitment to a life of authenticity, resilience, and purpose. Courage is in every yes we say to ourselves, every boundary we uphold, every moment we decide to be seen just as we are. In the end, courage, resilience, gratitude, and community. These are the pillars of a life well lived. They remind us that fulfillment doesn't come from avoiding life's challenges, but from engaging with them fully, from showing up as ourselves, from finding meaning even in moments of difficulty. And as we go forward, let's keep asking ourselves these questions. How can I show up fully today? How can I connect more deeply, live more intentionally, and give more authentically? We're not meant to live life passively. We're here to embrace it, to rise to its challenges, to celebrate its joys, to connect with each other, and to find purpose in every experience. And remember, no matter where you are on your journey, you have within you the power to live a life that feels deeply, richly, and authentically yours. Keep showing up. Keep embracing each moment. And know that, even in the most uncertain times, you are exactly where you need to be, learning, growing, and becoming the person you are meant to become. And as we hold these truths close, let's remember, life is not about reaching a singular, final destination. It's about becoming, about evolving, about discovering what makes us feel alive and connected along the way. Each day brings new opportunities to deepen our understanding of who we are and what truly matters to us. This journey isn't about perfection. It's about progress, about being present with ourselves and each other as we navigate the highs and the lows, the joys and the heartaches, the knowns and the unknowns. In this ongoing process, there's a profound power in embracing our imperfections. So often, we hold ourselves back, fearing that we aren't enough, that we need to be something more, or someone different, to be worthy of love and belonging. But the truth is, our imperfections are what make us human, what make us relatable, what connect us to each other in authentic ways. When we show up just as we are, flaws, doubts, dreams, and all, we give others permission to do the same. We create a space of acceptance, a place where we all feel seen, valued, and worthy. Think about it, when we let go of the need to be perfect, we open ourselves to deeper connections, more fulfilling experiences, and greater self-acceptance. Perfection is a myth, a standard that keeps us locked in cycles of judgment and self-doubt. But when we shift our focus from perfection to authenticity, we step into our lives with a new sense of freedom. We begin to realize that we are worthy, not because of what we achieve, but because of who we are. We begin to embrace that our worth is inherent. Something that has been with us all along, waiting to be recognized, appreciated, and celebrated. And as we grow more comfortable with our own imperfections, we also become more compassionate toward the imperfections of others. We stop expecting others to meet unrealistic standards, and we start accepting them in their humanity, in their full, messy, beautiful selves. Compassion becomes our guiding force, leading us toward empathy, kindness, and understanding. We stop focusing on what divides us and start seeing what unites us. We begin to recognize that we are all, in some way, walking similar paths, facing similar fears, striving for similar dreams. As we move forward together, let's commit to celebrating the small victories, to savoring the quiet moments, and to finding joy in the ordinary. Let's practice gratitude not just for the grand achievements, but for the everyday gifts, the warmth of a friend's smile, the comfort of a quiet morning, the sense of peace that comes from knowing we are exactly where we're meant to be. Life isn't just about the milestones, it's about the moments that fill the spaces in between, the ones that remind us of what it means to be alive. Let us also choose to trust ourselves. Trust is the foundation of courage, and when we believe in our own ability to face challenges, to learn and to grow, we build an unshakable sense of resilience. Trusting ourselves means listening to our inner voice, honoring our own wisdom, and knowing that, no matter what, we are capable of navigating whatever life brings our way. It means giving ourselves permission to make mistakes, to try, to fall, and to rise again. It's about understanding that every experience, every challenge, is a stepping stone on our path toward becoming who we are meant to be. So, let's lean into this journey with open hearts and open minds. Let's give ourselves permission to take up space, to be seen, and to be heard. Let's lift each other up, offering encouragement and support as we each walk our unique paths. Let's remember that every moment, every choice, every breath is a chance to align more fully with our true selves, to live a life that is filled with meaning, connection, and purpose. The path forward is not always easy, but it is rich with possibility. And as we walk it, hand in hand, heart to heart, let us never forget, we are stronger together. We are here not just to survive, but to thrive, to grow, to love, and to leave a legacy of kindness, courage, and compassion. So here we are, together on this journey. Let's keep moving forward, one step, one moment at a time, with gratitude, with resilience, with purpose. And remember, you are enough, just as you are. You are worthy of all the love, joy, and fulfillment that life has to offer. Embrace it. Embrace yourself. And know that the best is yet to come. And as we stand here today, filled with a sense of purpose, let's make a promise to ourselves. A promise to show up for our lives fully, to embrace every moment with openness, and to approach each experience as an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to connect. Let's honor the journey that has brought us here, acknowledging the challenges we've overcome and the strength we've cultivated along the way. Every step forward is a testament to our courage, to our resilience, and to our commitment to living a life of authenticity. It's easy to let fear or doubt hold us back, to listen to the voices that tell us to play it safe, to stay small, to avoid the risk of vulnerability. But here's what I believe: life is too precious, too fleeting, to let fear make our choices for us. We have a responsibility to ourselves, to pursue what sets our hearts on fire, to create a life that feels true to who we are, and to leave a legacy of bravery, compassion, and love. Living a life of purpose means choosing, each day, to step into the arena, to engage with life's challenges, and to face them with a heart wide open. It means recognizing that our impact, our influence, our legacy comes not from perfection, but from the courage to be real, to be present, to be engaged. It's about being willing to show up even when the outcome is uncertain, to take action even when it feels uncomfortable, and to keep moving forward even when the road ahead is unclear. We may not always have control over our circumstances, but we always have a choice in how we respond. We have the power to choose grace over resentment, growth over comfort, and love over fear. Every time we choose these things, we create a ripple effect in the world around us. We inspire others to do the same. We build communities rooted in trust, empathy, and kindness. We create a legacy that reminds others of their own worth, their own potential, their own capacity to make a difference. So let's embrace this journey with gratitude. Let's celebrate each victory, no matter how small, and let's find meaning in each challenge, knowing that every experience adds depth, wisdom, and resilience to our lives. Let's keep asking ourselves, what kind of life do I want to live? What kind of impact do I want to have? And let's commit, with every ounce of our being, to showing up, to living fully, and to leaving this world better than we found it. We are all capable of so much more than we realize. There is strength within each of us that has yet to be discovered, a courage that is waiting to be called upon, and a potential that is boundless. We just have to be willing to dig deep, to trust ourselves, and to believe in the beauty of what lies ahead. So, my friends, as we go forth from here, let's take that step, let's make that choice, let's live with intention. Let's choose love, let's choose purpose, and let's choose to believe in the incredible power within each of us to create a life that is not only meaningful but profoundly, beautifully our own. This is our time. This is our journey. Let's make it unforgettable. As we venture into the next chapter of our lives, I invite you to reflect on what it truly means to live authentically. Authenticity is more than just a buzzword, it's a commitment to ourselves and to others. It requires us to dig deep, to uncover the layers of societal expectations, fears, and insecurities that often cloud our true essence. It asks us to peel back the masks we wear and to stand in our truth, even when it feels vulnerable or risky. Imagine a world where each of us embraces our unique selves, our quirks, our passions, our stories. In such a world, we wouldn't just exist, we would thrive. We would inspire those around us to do the same, creating a culture of acceptance and encouragement. The simple act of being real and authentic can ignite a fire within others, encouraging them to step into their own power and share their gifts with the world. But let's be honest, living authentically can be challenging. It requires courage to speak your truth, to set boundaries, and to express your needs and desires openly. It means standing firm in your beliefs even when they may not align with the status quo. And yes, it may come with a price: fear of judgment, fear of rejection, or even the discomfort of facing your own fears head-on. However, it's essential to understand that every moment of discomfort is a moment of growth. Every time we choose authenticity over conformity, we take a step toward a more fulfilling life. In this journey, it's vital to surround ourselves with people who uplift and inspire us, who accept us for who we are without judgment. Relationships rooted in authenticity create a safe space for vulnerability, where we can share our dreams, our fears, and our truths without the fear of being dismissed or misunderstood. Seek out those who challenge you to be better, who celebrate your victories, and who stand by your side during your struggles. As we cultivate these relationships, let's also commit to being those people for others. Let's create a ripple effect of compassion and kindness, extending our hands to lift others as we climb. This is not just about us, it's about community, about connection, about the collective power we hold when we come together in support of one another. Furthermore, we must remember that this journey is not linear. There will be ups and downs, moments of joy and moments of pain. Some days we'll feel empowered and unstoppable, while other days we may struggle to find our footing. And that's okay. The key is to embrace the journey as a whole, to accept that growth comes from both the highs and the lows. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every challenge is an opportunity for learning. So, let's be patient with ourselves. Let's practice self-compassion as we navigate the complexities of life. We're all human, and it's essential to acknowledge our imperfections and embrace them with love. Celebrate your journey, no matter where you are on the path. Understand that you are a work in progress, and that's something to be proud of. It's a testament to your resilience, your willingness to grow, and your commitment to becoming the best version of yourself. And as we embrace our journey, let's also be mindful of the impact our words and actions have on those around us. Language is powerful. It shapes our reality, influences our perceptions, and can either uplift or diminish others. Choose words that inspire, that encourage, that connect. Be intentional in your communication, and strive to create an environment where others feel safe to express themselves. Finally, I encourage you to pursue your passions unapologetically. What sets your soul on fire? What brings you joy? What makes you feel alive? These are the questions that can guide you toward a more fulfilling life. Don't let fear or self-doubt hold you back from pursuing what you love. The world needs your unique contributions, your insights, your creativity. As we continue this journey together, let's keep our hearts open to new experiences, to new relationships, and to new possibilities. Let's choose to walk alongside one another in love and support, encouraging each other to reach for our dreams and to become our best selves. Remember, it's not about the destination. It's about the journey and the connections we forge along the way. So, as we conclude this moment together, let's step forward with courage, with authenticity, and with an unwavering belief in our collective potential. Let's embrace the adventure ahead, knowing that together, we can create a world filled with compassion, understanding, and boundless possibilities. Your journey matters. Your voice matters. You matter. And the best is yet to come. Let's take a moment to breathe in the potential that surrounds us. In this very room, in this shared space, we are united by our hopes, our dreams, and our commitments to one another. We carry the weight of our stories, both individually and collectively, and it is this shared experience that enriches our lives. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. We are all in this together, navigating the complexities of life, learning from one another, and growing side by side. As we look ahead, let's set our sights on the horizon, where possibilities are limitless. Think about what you want to achieve, not just for yourself, but for your community and for the world. Envision a future where we uplift one another, where we work together to address the challenges we face. Let's be the changemakers, the innovators, the advocates for kindness and understanding. Each of us holds a piece of the puzzle, and together, we can create a beautiful mosaic of shared humanity. Let's also acknowledge the importance of self-reflection in this journey. Carving out time to be still, to listen to our thoughts, and to connect with our inner selves is essential. It allows us to assess where we are, what we've learned, and where we want to go. It provides an opportunity to check in with our values, ensuring that we are living in alignment with what truly matters to us. When we take the time to reflect, we gain clarity. We uncover what fuels our passions and what drains our energy. We identify the relationships that nourish us and those that may need to be re-evaluated. Self-reflection isn't about criticism, it's about growth. It's about understanding that we have the power to change our narrative at any moment. And as we reflect, let's also practice gratitude. Gratitude has a remarkable way of shifting our perspective and enhancing our well-being. When we focus on what we have, rather than what we lack, we create space for joy and contentment. Make it a habit to acknowledge the small victories and the lessons learned along the way. Whether it's a kind word from a friend, a moment of laughter, or the simple beauty of nature, these are the treasures of life that deserve our recognition. As we embrace gratitude, let's remember the importance of giving back. How can we contribute to the well-being of others? Whether through acts of kindness, volunteering, or sharing our knowledge, every small gesture can create a significant impact. It fosters a sense of connection and community, reminding us that we are part of something larger than ourselves. And while we strive to support others, let's not forget to prioritize our own well-being. Self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's the foundation upon which we build our resilience and our capacity to support others. So take the time to recharge, to engage in activities that bring you joy, and to honor your own needs. When we care for ourselves, we are better equipped to show up for those we love and for the world around us. As we conclude this journey together, I encourage you to carry these lessons with you. Embrace authenticity, cultivate meaningful connections, practice gratitude, and prioritize your well-being. Let's remember that we are all unique, with our own paths and journeys. Each of us contributes to the rich tapestry of life in our own special way. And as you move forward, hold your dreams close and pursue them relentlessly. Let go of the fear that has held you back and step boldly into the life you desire. You have the strength, the wisdom, and the heart to make a difference. So, let's rise together as a community of courageous souls, ready to face whatever comes our way. Let's support one another, learn from one another, and celebrate each other's journeys. Together, we can transform our lives and our world, one act of kindness at a time. This is not the end, it is a beginning. Let's embrace the adventure that lies ahead, knowing that we have the power to create a future filled with hope, love, and endless possibilities. The world is waiting for you to shine. Let's go out and light it up. As we embark on this shared journey, let's remember that it's not just about individual achievements, it's about the legacy we leave behind. Each of us has the power to impact others profoundly, to inspire change, and to create a ripple effect that extends far beyond our immediate surroundings. Think about the values you want to instill in your community, the messages you want to convey, and the life lessons you want to pass down to the next generation. Our actions today will shape the world of tomorrow. Let's also discuss the importance of embracing our vulnerabilities. Society often teaches us to hide our weaknesses, to present a facade of perfection. Yet, it is in our vulnerabilities that we find our greatest strengths. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we open the door to deeper connections and understanding. We give others permission to be real and authentic, and that creates a culture of trust and openness. Embracing vulnerability is not a sign of weakness, it's a courageous act of strength. It means standing up and saying, "I am human, I have flaws, and I am okay with that." It allows us to learn from our failures, to grow from our mistakes, and to approach life with an open heart and mind. In our quest for authenticity, let's also acknowledge the role of empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, to put ourselves in their shoes. In a world that can sometimes feel divided, empathy has the power to bridge gaps and foster connection. When we practice empathy, we create an environment where everyone feels seen, heard, and valued. Let's commit to listening deeply to others, to seeking to understand their perspectives, and to supporting them in their journeys. We may not always agree with one another, but that doesn't mean we cannot appreciate the unique experiences and backgrounds that shape our views. It is this diversity that enriches our lives and expands our horizons. As we cultivate empathy, let's also embrace the beauty of collaboration. When we come together, combining our strengths and ideas, we can achieve remarkable things. Collaboration fosters creativity, sparks innovation, and allows us to tackle challenges more effectively. Each person brings a unique perspective to the table, and together, we can find solutions that we may not have thought possible alone. Let's create a culture of collaboration where we uplift and support one another in our endeavors. Instead of competing against each other, let's celebrate each other's successes. Let's cheer for our friends, our colleagues, and even those who may seem like our competitors. When one of us rises, we all rise, and the impact of our collective efforts can create waves of change. Moreover, as we pursue our passions and collaborate with others, let's not forget the importance of lifelong learning. The world is constantly evolving, and so should we. Embrace every opportunity to learn and grow, whether through formal education, self-study, or simply engaging in conversations with others. Curiosity is a powerful tool. It fuels our growth and opens our minds to new ideas and perspectives. When we cultivate a mindset of learning, we become more adaptable and resilient. We can navigate challenges with grace and creativity, and we approach life with a sense of wonder. Never stop asking questions, exploring new possibilities, and seeking knowledge. Each experience, each lesson, each interaction is an opportunity for growth. As we move forward, I urge you to hold on to hope. Hope is a powerful force that can propel us through the darkest of times. It gives us the strength to persevere, the courage to dream, and the belief that better days are ahead. In moments of uncertainty, hold on to hope as a guiding light. Let it remind you that even in adversity, there is potential for growth and transformation. And remember, you are not alone in this journey. Reach out to those around you for support, for guidance, and for connection. Share your dreams and your struggles. Seek out mentors who can inspire and guide you. Engage in conversations that challenge you to think differently and expand your horizons. Lastly, let's create a movement of kindness. In a world that can often feel overwhelming, let's be the light that shines through the darkness. A simple act of kindness can make a significant difference in someone's life. Whether it's offering a compliment, lending a helping hand, or simply listening with an open heart, your kindness can create a ripple effect that touches countless lives. As we stand together, let's commit to being agents of change in our own lives and in the lives of others. Let's inspire one another to dream bigger, to act bolder, and to love deeper. Together, we can create a world where everyone feels valued, heard, and empowered to be their authentic selves. So, let's move forward with courage, compassion, and an unwavering belief in the power of our collective potential. The journey ahead may be filled with challenges, but it is also filled with endless possibilities. Together, we can rise, we can thrive, and we can create a legacy of love, authenticity, and resilience. Let's embrace this adventure with open hearts and open minds. The world is waiting for us to shine, and together, we can make it brighter. As we reflect on the journey ahead, let's acknowledge the power of intention. Setting intentions is not merely a practice, it's a commitment to living our lives with purpose and clarity. When we define what we want to achieve and how we want to feel, we align our actions with our values. Intentions act as a compass, guiding us through the complexities of life and helping us stay true to our authentic selves. Consider what intentions resonate with you. Is it a commitment to kindness, to growth, to creativity? Whatever it may be, write it down, share it with someone you trust, and let it be a guiding force in your life. When challenges arise, and they will, return to those intentions. Let them remind you of your purpose and motivate you to push through obstacles. Intentions also encourage us to be mindful in our interactions with others. When we approach conversations and relationships with intention, we create spaces of respect and understanding. This mindfulness allows us to engage in meaningful dialogues, to practice active listening, and to foster a sense of belonging among those around us. In our pursuit of a meaningful life, let's also recognize the significance of vulnerability in our relationships. It can be daunting to open up, to share our fears, and to admit our mistakes. Yet, it is through vulnerability that we cultivate genuine connections. When we allow ourselves to be seen, to be imperfect, and to be human, we invite others to do the same. This exchange of authenticity creates a bond that strengthens our relationships and fosters trust. As we deepen our connections, let's celebrate the diversity of our experiences. Each person's story is unique, shaped by their backgrounds, cultures, and personal journeys. Embrace the differences; they enrich our lives and broaden our perspectives. Engage in conversations that challenge your assumptions and expose you to new ideas. When we welcome diverse viewpoints, we foster an environment of inclusion and understanding. We are living in a time when the world needs our voices more than ever. Let's be brave in expressing our truths. Your voice matters. It has the power to inspire, to educate, and to ignite change. Don't shy away from speaking out on issues that matter to you. Advocate for what you believe in and stand up for those who may not have a voice. Together, we can create a powerful chorus of changemakers. As we continue this journey, remember to celebrate progress, no matter how small. Life is not a straight path but a series of ups and downs. Acknowledge the steps you've taken, the lessons you've learned, and the courage it takes to keep moving forward. Each step forward, each moment of growth, is worth celebrating. Take time to reflect on your achievements, whether they're personal or professional. Maybe you completed a project you were passionate about, or perhaps you had a meaningful conversation that shifted your perspective. Whatever it is, celebrate it. These moments of triumph fuel our motivation and remind us of our capabilities. Let's also commit to being present in the moment. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get lost in what's next, our to-do lists, our goals, our aspirations. But life is happening now. Embrace the present, savor the moments, both big and small. Practice mindfulness by immersing yourself in the experiences of today. Whether it's enjoying a warm cup of coffee, laughing with a friend, or taking a quiet walk in nature, being present enhances our sense of gratitude and fulfillment. While we focus on the present, let's not lose sight of the importance of self-compassion. Be gentle with yourself on this journey. Understand that it's okay to stumble, to feel overwhelmed, and to experience setbacks. These moments do not define your worth or your potential. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer to a dear friend. Embrace your imperfections. They are part of what makes you beautifully human. In closing, I invite you to envision a world where we support one another wholeheartedly, where kindness and empathy are woven into the fabric of our communities, and where we all feel empowered to share our unique gifts with the world. Let's strive to create this world together. As we part ways today, carry these messages in your hearts. Embrace your journey with courage and resilience. Let your voice be heard, your intentions guide you, and your heart lead the way. Together, we can build a brighter future, one filled with connection, purpose, and endless possibilities. Let's go out into the world and make a difference, not just for ourselves, but for one another. The time is now to rise up, to inspire, and to shine. Together, we can illuminate the path ahead, transforming challenges into opportunities and dreams into reality. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Your light is needed now more than ever, so let it shine brightly.